Good morning, everyone. This is our second video for our series of thirsting for your passion or your dream, understanding what your passion is and how you can take steps to move towards your goals, your dreams, or admirations. We started with me giving you just a brief overview. So once again, Latoya Williams coming back to you with a couple of the 21 steps, and we're going to go through the process together. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that you, give me 1 second, will have an opportunity to go along with me. So we went over this before. It says thirst for your dreams, turn your passion into profit. And as I spoke to you about a colleague of mine, Christy Hoost, who has a video on turning your passion into profit. But for me, I explained to you that you need to know what your passion is in order to turn it into a profit. So I'm going to help you with that. We talked before about what is your passion. Let's take a journey. So we looked at some very important words that really transform and take you into the process of understanding and taking a journey into understanding yourself and getting into understanding the authentic you. So we're going to start with authority. I explained to you in the video number 1 that your authority is your power and your right that has been given to you to do something or see that something is done. It's our transformation. It's our God-given power, if you will, to be able to be successful, prosper, happy and joyous. We're not here to be miserable. Our misery, it comes out of our choices and things that we choose to do in the midst of having instant gratification. So we dealt with our authority. So the question I wanted you to ask yourselves is, in what areas of your life do you need to exercise more authority? Like, for example, for me, it was in the area of work, family, and relationships. I needed to enact my authority of knowing who I was in all of those things and what I needed to do to be at my highest point of happiness in those situations. So you ask yourself, in what areas of your life do you need to exercise your authority, your God-given right to be happy, to be at a level of understanding? And then from there, we're going to deal with discernment. And I talked about discernment before, as well as your ability to understand and judge situations of movement of others in your lives. That gut feeling that you have about a relationship, about a job that's not going right, or about a job transition that's going to happen, is matters of the mind and the heart being in balance. When things are balanced, you feel more harmony. So you have 2 questions here. Are there times in your life where you feel you have ignored your feeling or been pulled in a different direction to do something something different than what you would have chosen? There's a typo in there. So, and why did you choose to do something different than you would have normally chose to do? So you got to think about that. So I'm taking you on a journey to really discover your authentic self. And the next one is, how does discernment play a role in your life? How do you use that inner discernment to make decisions when you know instinctively we're designed to know how to move and navigate the world in order to get an abundant life, that law of attraction? That law of attraction was designed for us to step into our power and our authority and be able to use these very skills here. Excuse me, I got some battery issues. The next one is fear. Fear is only one thing that makes a dream impossible, because you fear failure. So fear is an unpleasant or distressful emotion that aroused by fear or pain when we feel we may be in danger. It causes us to procrastinate, not to act, or to do things that are out of character when we make decisions. When we make decisions based on fear, our decisions are made on the level of that fear. So we pull back, or we rush forward in doing things that our discernment tells us we need to maybe be cautious about, or our level of authority tells us that, or our feeling of a level of authority tells us we can't do something. So how has fear kept you from progressing in a certain area of your life? And then in that area that you identify, what could you potentially do differently if there were no fear? So I'm giving you three things that you need to do. You need to look at your level of authority that you feel you have for yourself. How do you tap into your discernment and your ability to make sound decisions that are in the best interest of you and moving your life forward? And how do you minimize to eliminate your fear? And I say minimize first because it's a process. You can't just stop being fearful tomorrow or in this instant. So expectation has to be realistic. So take those three, and we're going to operate with those. Ask yourselves those questions, and this is for your own self-development and growth, so that you can move forward and have a more happier and prosperous life. And if you feel like you've done some of these things, or you're ready for me to work more closely with you to get you through this process a little quicker and grow a little faster, I want you to click on that link below, and let's get started, because I'm ready for you. The journey for me has been amazing and exciting, and the power and authority that I've come into knowing myself and who I am and doing what I need to do has been amazing. And I've only been able to do this with understanding who I am, what I deserve, what I need to do, in that law of attraction that brings me to those very things that I desire. And I know that I am no different and no better than you, other than I may just be a few steps ahead of you in the process. But I'm here to take you through the process. So click on that link below, and we'll get started together and do it together as a team. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'll be coming back to you with the next one, which is forgiveness, because it is still a process, and you need to forgive yourself for some things in order for your authority to stay strong, your discernment to stay in balance, and your fear to be minimum to none. So the next step, they build upon each other. It's pretty much a succession for you to gain success and prosperity in your life. So I'm going to leave you with that and say, have a wonderful day and prosperity and journeying in your life. And I'll see you on the other side.